Buy football boots because you want to wear them. Buy football boots if you want to collect them. Buy the boots that you like because you can afford them. But do not buy football boots as an investment, because let me tell you from experience that they are not a good investment. It seems like every time a new limited edition boot comes out, I get messages asking me about resale value, either leading up to the release where people are asking me how much I think these boots are going to be worth once they sell out, or people who have already purchased the boots that are now sold out wondering how much they can resell them for. And unfortunately, if you're one of those people buying limited edition releases, especially trying to resell them, it's not a good investment and you're probably not going to make any money. The resale market in the fashion industry is huge right now. Whether we're talking about apparel or sneakers, there are plenty of these limited items that you can buy if you get lucky enough and if the demand is high enough that you can purchase and then resell for more than you paid and turn a profit. When it comes to limited edition football boots though, there are very, very few that you can actually do that with and make any kind of real money. Typically what happens whenever there's a super limited high demand football boot releasing, it sells out immediately, and a lot of the people who ended up purchasing those boots bought them with the intention of reselling them. So what you'll often find is that the boot releases at 12 o'clock, and then at 12:05, you'll find the confirmation emails listed on eBay at the ridiculous resale price that these resellers seem to think that the boots are worth. And then people go on eBay, they see these resale prices and automatically assume that this $300 limited edition boot is now worth $600 because people have them listed for that on eBay. Not actually the case. If there's one thing that I know a lot about and have a lot of experience with, it's buying football boots. Pretty much all of the older limited boots that I have in my collection, I have purchased in the resale market on websites like eBay. And the one thing that I can tell you about all of these boots that I've purchased is the amount of times I've paid over retail is maybe like 2 or 3 times out of hundreds of boots that I've purchased. What you need to realize about reselling football boots is that not only do you have to have the demand, you actually have to have the market for the price that you're going to ask for that product you're trying to resell. The fact that football boots retail for such high prices to begin with means that it's very difficult to ask even more than that in the resale market. You can do it, but the amount of people who are going to be willing to pay $400, $500, $600 for your $300 boots is very small, if not non-existent. And that's the thing that you have to realize about the resale market. Just because you see a product listed at a certain price doesn't mean it's actually worth that. On a site like eBay, any random person could get any random pair of boots and list them for any random price. As an example, if I took this and listed it on eBay for $500, that does not mean that this is worth $500. It just means that I put them on eBay and hope that some poor sucker would come along and maybe pay me $500 for that. But the odds of that happening are extremely low, if not pretty much impossible. These probably could sell for $500, honestly. What you need to realize about football boots in general is that they are depreciating assets. If you buy X boot for $200, the second that you've purchased it for that price, it is immediately worth less. And that's because there is a fascination with the newest products. And typically when people are buying football boots, they're buying them to actually play in them. And 99.9% of the time, the people that are buying boots to play in them are likely just gonna buy them from a store, or they're looking for a really good deal, which means that they are not going to pay you your crazy resale asking price. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there aren't some boots out there that are worth more than the normal retail price, but what I am saying is that those boots are few and far between, and then even if you do have a boot that is legitimately worth more than the retail, finding somebody who's willing to pay you that amount of money is extremely difficult. So to the people who always ask me how much I think my collection is worth, I really don't have an answer to that, simply based on the fact that almost all of the boots I have in my collection are likely worth a lot less than I paid for them. So if you're trying to make a little extra money in the resale market, which a lot of people are these days, I would strongly recommend sticking to stuff like sneakers and apparel. Football boots is just one of those items. While there are certain boots that are very limited and legitimately are worth more than the original retail price, you'll find that there is a demand for these products, but there are very few people that are actually willing to pay you what that product might be worth. Anyways, guys, that's it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to support it with a like. And if this is a topic that you found interesting and perhaps would like to hear more stuff like this, I just started a podcast with my good friend Jay Mike from Unisport. It's called the Boot Nerds Podcast. There'll be a little pop-up in the corner of the screen that'll take you directly to the channel. We post a new podcast every single week, answering your questions and talking about all kinds of boot-related news and topics just like this. So if you want to check that out, please go and do so. If you haven't already, leave a subscribe, or I guess subscribe to the channel. That doesn't even make any sense. Go ahead and check it out. Either way, if you have any questions regarding this particular topic that I talked about in today's video, please ask it down below in the comments, and I'll do my best to get an answer out to you as soon as I possibly can. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked down below in the description as well. And other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. I'm gonna go check on my investment.